Welcome to Appleton Private University, UK and Spain, and YY.CI International Academy in UK, called Global Online Diploma Masterclass. We've started the journey together since May, and now we are rounding up for June to continue in July. Our last module will be July 28th. And we've been covering some modules here on mindset, personal development, emotional intelligence, artificial intelligence and artificial management, emotional management, leadership and management. So let's start today with a beautiful prayer, short prayer.
Dear God, we came to you in prayer with a humble heart. Please guide us and give us strength as we navigate through this day. Help us to be a vessel of your love and kindness to make a positive impact in the world.
May your presence be with me always, and may I always strive to do your will. Thank you for your blessings and for the gift of life. Amen.
So our special information will be, this is a 3-month global online diploma masterclass, durable for each module 1 hour 30 minutes, and we start from 10 a.m. to 2:30. Sometimes we finish earlier. Attendance and involvement and punctuality must be 80% to be qualified for the diploma certificate. Assignments must be completed and be submitted before the next module if you are interested in collecting the diploma certificate, but the masterclass is free for everyone to join. So the diploma certificate will be issued during the online global graduation on the 2nd of August 2025 from 10 a.m. UK time. So the lecture for everyone will be on The time of lectures, I've said it, are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And my own is on mindset and personal development. The last time we spoke was on Wednesday, and then I lay it that this will be our assignment where people will need to take up these particular questions and answer to themselves. So I am not going to make and then I think few people have already answered those questions. I wish they are here this morning to be for them. So for me to make some amendments with their assignment. Like I always said that who you are is different from what you do. So it's very important. And who you are is different from all the titles or appointments you have. So, and then the purpose, why are you created, the strength and the weakness, then why am I and what are I doing? Because this is very, very important. So I'm hoping that this particular assignment, together with the one I will release today, is very important that we go through those assignments. We answer it as much as you can and be honest to yourself. And also, how do you feel after answering all this? So it's very important that we do that assignment. I also said that mindset is everything, and without renewed mindset, there will be no transformation. And as we are all working together on this platform, everything in life requires hard work, dedication, commitment, sacrifice, investment. You need to be honest with yourself and show integrity in your leadership and be grateful at all times. So it's very, very important. So I will be the first person to do this masterclass today, and I was hoping that majority of my mentees will be joining. So, but I believe that they will be joining as the time goes on, because if we miss this mindset and personal development, I don't know how you are operating in life. I don't know how you are performing, and I don't know how far you want to go with yourself. So that is the more reason that I take this mindset and personal development as the root of everything. It's very, very important. Like I always say, mindset is everything. And then personal development is so very important. So as time goes on now, I won't be able to read all this, but at least you know me already. So let's move on without wasting time. So I will continue this teaching on mindset and personal development, or mindset for transformation on personal development. I've already asked these questions, and I keep on asking those questions so that you keep answering yourself, because that is the moment that you need to know if you really, really want to transform your lives, transform your relationship, and even in your leadership and profession. So I will ask the same question, because the more we talk about this, the more we can get better understanding. So, and these are the personal questions, like, are you comfortable the way you are currently? Are you happy about the event recurring in your life? Any situation, the circumstances you find yourself, even how you are performing, even what you are doing, and other things. Are you really happy? Can you say the mindset you have currently and maybe have held on to for a long time affected your life and the society positively? So if the mindset you have right now has separated you from their friends, denied you of precious favors and opportunities, and have been a major barrier to your happiness and self-fulfillment, so what are you going to do then? Are you going to shift your mindset Are you going to change or renew your mindset? And then, will you say then that your mindset has and is attracting the right people and opportunity to you? Maybe you are looking for a particular opportunity, but what is the state of your mind? Because it's very important that you check yourself. Because, for example, if you are expecting somebody to believe in you or believe in what you are doing and trust you, do you trust yourself to start with? Do you know yourself? Do you know who you are? Do you know the reason why you are doing what you are doing? And are you enjoying what you are doing? So these are the questions that you need to ask yourself. Because what you do and who you are will attract the opportunity and the favors. So first step to take in getting somewhere is to decide that you are not going to stay where you are. You have to decide yourself. Nobody will decide for you. You are the author of your life. You are the author of your life. So you have to decide. You have to take responsibility of yourself. You have to you have to work on yourself. So I said that the first thing first in this life is to know and decide. You want to become better? You want to be better in your relationship, in your business, in your performances, in your organization, in your leadership. It's all about you shifting your mindset. Set goals, take actions, and get better. Change is needed, especially in this world. You can see that the world is changing every day. Are you ready to shift your mindset to adapt to that change? To shift your mindset to change the way you operate, the way you perform, the way you are doing, the way you are leading people. Are you ready? Because with changed mindset, there will be change. But without renewing your mindset, there will be no progress. And your progress, your mindset, the state of your mind will determine this level of your speed. So change will bring efficiency, fulfillment, satisfaction, and even happiness in life. So there are four elements that can stop, that can hinder us in progressing, in fulfilling our purpose, and also achieving our goals, and also bringing our dreams in reality. And those are the ignorance. Because if you are the kind of people that don't want to learn from your mistakes, learn from your failures, learn from others, then you are ignorant. If you are not going to step up and research and observe and add more value, add more knowledge, upgrade your knowledge, then you are putting yourself in a position of ignorance. And what did they say? They say ignorance can kill. So they say that if you don't know, what you don't know can either kill you or limit you. So that's more reason why we say that mindset is everything. But then learning is lifelong. So the more you live, the more you learn. The more you learn is the more you live. So you need to keep learning. Learn, because if you want to have a personal development, you have to learn everything around it, socially, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and many more. So you need to keep learning, to keep up, to be on top of your game. Lack of understanding. Oh, yes. There's no amount of seminars, workshops, and for conferences and masterclasses that you attend that matters. It's how do you understand what has been said? That's the most important thing. We've been doing this since May and we are moving on till July. How well are you understanding what have been taught? And that is why we all have opportunity to listen attentively to understand, opportunity to ask questions to clarify what has been said, opportunity to be there on time so that you don't miss anything, opportunity to watch the video so that you can watch it as early several times to get a better understanding, an opportunity to do your assignment as a clarification that you really understood what has been taught and what are the benefits of you getting understanding of what has been taught. One of the benefits is you will be able to apply it to your everyday life. You'll be able to apply it to your business. You'll be able to apply it to your relationship, your leadership, even when opportunity comes, even when challenges comes. You'll be able to apply the principle that will make you to overcome that challenges and move you to the next level and keep you going. And that is why better understanding is very, very important. And then we talk about the lack of vision. What do you want to become? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do for your life? What's your plan? What's your goals? What do you have as your dream, as your passion, as your purpose? What are you dreaming? Are you dreaming big enough so that you can challenge yourself to keep moving on? Or you want to settle for less? You want to settle for second best? You want to settle for average? So you need to have a vision. Every leader must have a vision. Leaders are visionary. They are visionary, they are pioneers of greatness. They are the leaders, they are the drive. So you need to have a vision. Because if you don't know where you are going, how do you want to carry on others? How do you want others to follow you? So you are the driver. And until you move, they won't move. So that is more reason why you need to have a vision of where are you going? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? It's very, very important. And then unknown of our identity. That is where our personal development comes in. Who are you? What's your purpose? Why are you on earth? Why are you doing what you are doing? What's your strength? What's your weakness? What do you like? What do you dislike? What's your purpose? So all these things are what we are doing on this platform of Yes You Can International. And that is why it is so important that we break free from these four elements that always limit us, that always disturb us, that always stop us and hold us back. But the moment of truth is, all these successful and influential people you've learned from or observed always develop themselves to become better and greater. They failed several times. And I'm sure some of us on this platform as a leader, you failed several times. But guess what? You bounced back. And that is why you keep growing. You keep learning. You keep growing your mindset. You keep moving on without stopping. So keep learning. So do you also know that failure is the beginning of progress? For some people, especially in my own generation, when they have instilled it in us that you must not fail. If you must not fail, if you fail, you're this. But one thing they try to lack the understanding that failure is not a bad thing. Failure is the step, or is just like a step back, but then you can step up to move forward. So failure is just the sign that you make an attempt and there is room for improvement. Failure is makes you to be a leader, because if you're afraid to fail, then you will be failing. If you're afraid to fail, then you are not ready to be a leader. So failure is the beginning of progress. Every setback we turn to come back, and any other challenges and adversity, and it shall be a comeback for every one of us on this place. And when we come back from our challenges, from our mistakes, from our failures, guess what? It makes you matured. It makes you stronger. It makes you better. And it also makes you wiser. And that's the more reason why you should know right from the beginning who you are. So, failure is the sign to your place of your improvement and development, or sign that you need to gain more knowledge and know it better. That's the more reason why you should know your strengths and your weaknesses. Failure is the beginning of exploration. exploitation, better understanding. It's okay to fail and it's okay to make mistakes as long as you are willing to learn from your mistakes. You are willing to learn from your failure and you are willing to try all over again, to start all over again. Failure leads to success if we redo and try again and again and again. Nothing you enjoy in this world has not that hasn't started with try and error. Is it your house you live in? Is it this computer that we are all using to join today's masterclass? Is it the car you are driving? Is it the plane that is flying all over? Yes, they all started, those inventors started from try and error. So they failed several times. Even personalities, even being a president or doctor or head of state, you started somewhere. And it doesn't mean that when you started, everything was just success, success, success. No, because you have to balance both the success and the failure. Success will press you on, but your failure will make you to reflect on what has been done that has gone wrong. Your strength will push you forward, but your weakness will remind you that there's still some areas that you need to work on. Because why? We are not perfect. Failure will not stop you, nor limit you, unless you want to stop yourself, because you have what it takes to progress in life. So that is just this is just the beginning, and now we want to enter into today's section. So let's see where we can go. Let's start with this statement. Imperfect principles in life. No one is perfect. No matter how you tried to make yourself perfect, you cannot be perfect. I am talking from experience. I have tried to please people. I have tried to make everything I'm doing perfect. But you know what? I just struggled. And at the end of it all, I give up in being perfect. You can get better, but you cannot be perfect. Even in what you are doing, even who you are. The main reason why we are on earth is to discover ourselves and also to work and develop. So that is very important. So no individual, nor family or relationship of any kind is perfect. We are all different from different backgrounds. We cannot change anybody, but we can change ourselves, because you are not the creator and you are not the one that made the other person. So we are all growing differently and we are unique in our own way. This is why we have chosen that imperfect principles can help us, especially in this our personal development and mindset. There are challenges people face in any relationship that need solutions. And in my coaching and mentoring section, I have tried to set a plan and goals, reasonable strategy for how to overcome all these challenges, how to manage emotions, how to communicate, how to relate with spouse and family and friends, how to love again and how to build trust, how you'll be able to trust again and how to keep safe in relationship and not to suffer in silence. The only way to live happily, peacefully, and harmony with one another in this world is for anyone to admit it, that we are all different. I am different from Dr. Samina. Dr. Samina, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. I am different from Princess Victoria Godwin. Good morning for joining us this morning. I am also different from Lukman. I'm different from Madam Rachel. And they are different from me. So we need to appreciate, we need to discover, appreciate, and celebrate our differences. We need to celebrate and celebrate. We need to appreciate and celebrate our uniqueness, because we are all different. We are not a copycat. We are the original. And so the more we can appreciate who we are, the more others as well can respect us. Very, very important. But the truth again is we are all have a choice and right to make decision for our lives and get better of how it works. Like for example, we announced about this Diploma Masterclass for almost a month. So you chose. Some people, I mean, when we first started, we say, okay, put your name down to want to come for this. And almost 40 people put their name down on the list. That's one choice. They choose to put their name on the list. But did they go any further? No. It's only few that come that joined this masterclass. Only few that are committed to this masterclass. Only few that submitted their assignment. And only few that are willing and ready to take action after this diploma. So you can see we all have a choice. Nobody will force anyone. We can only make it presentable. We can only deliver it. We can only make it available. We can only create that opportunity. It's now left for individual to take that opportunity and run with it. So that is why I said that we'll all have a choice and right to make decisions for our lives and get better understanding of how it works. However, majority don't know themselves. Because if you don't, it's what you know that you will be willing to develop. So you need to discover who you are. You need to know yourself. And the more you know yourself, the more you appreciate yourself, the more you celebrate yourself, the more you want to do more to improve yourself. They don't know their purpose. Some people are just copycat. Some people just compare themselves all years. Some people will just want to become other people, putting on a different face. But really, if they come to the reality to know that they are human beings like others, those people we emulate, those people we adorn, those people that we respect, those people that we see on top, they developed themselves. And we all have the right to develop ourselves. So we misquoted and misjudged and misunderstood what love, relationship, marriage, and family is all about because we don't understand. And that is why once we can develop ourselves, others will follow. We have a choice. We have the right to do so. Let's move on. Okay. So we've gone through these exploring stages of mindset, fixed and growth mindset. How does it work? What is the circle of this mindset? So we've done that already. We said you receive the word in different ways. Watching TV, listening to tape, watching videos, reading books, researching, observing, networking, so many ways you can gather information. So where does the information goes to? They all stored in your mindset, either good or bad, negative, positive, very constructive information, very useful information, or just unnecessary information that you don't really need. So they are the word that's stored in our mind. And then what happened? You keep storing it. One day you start believing what people say, what the Bible says, what your friend says, what your colleague says, what your family says, and other things. You keep believing. For example, when people constantly telling you you cannot amount to anything, you cannot do it, you cannot achieve it, you cannot relate, you cannot do this and that. What about you? Do you believe in what they said? Or do you believe in yourself? So that's where the words come, because when they constantly feeding you with all these things, how do you accept it? How do you accept everything they've said to you? Do you embrace it and start believing, it's true? I can't do this. I'm very old. I'm very young. I'm a black person. I am very dull. Do you believe in all these things? Because what you believe is what you'll be thinking of. And as the word of God says, as you believe, what it says that as a man thinks, so is he. So what do you believe in yourself? Because our beliefs dictate our actions. Our thinking dictates our actions. And by the time you realize it, you are working towards your beliefs, your thoughts. You are consistently putting yourself in that position, and then it becomes habit. And then it becomes your lifestyle. And that's where your value will come. It can be a bad value or the good one. And that's what will take you to your next level. That will aid your journey of life. So we've dealt with that as well. So we need to move on. We also says that what are the what are the benefits of this mindset that we're talking about? Why is it so important? Why is mindset is everything? Why? And then we come up with mindsets create self-competency. Because if you can discover yourself and keep developing yourself, then you are developing competency, then you are performing well. Mindset creates self-awareness. You need to know who you are. You need to know your strengths. You need to know your ability. You need to know your gift. You need to know your talent. You need to know how well you are and how you can help yourself. Then we say self-beliefs, social awareness. Because if you can develop yourself, you know who you are, then you will know how to really associate yourself with the society. You will know how to socialize. Not everybody have to be in front. Not everybody have to uh, um, be outspoken. Not everybody. And you can, once you know yourself, you believe in yourself, then you will work towards that in your social awareness. And everybody is unique in their own way. Either you are quiet or you are lousy. You are still unique. Either you are outspoken or you are a very silent leader or something, you are still yourself. You are still unique. Because all of us cannot be outspoken. All of us cannot be lousy. And all of us cannot be quiet. But you need to discover yourself. And then a mindset creates relationship skills, makes you to want to know more, especially in areas of communication, areas of listening, areas of empathy, areas of tolerance, areas of understanding, embracing differences. This mindset again creates decision making. It helps you to decide, to make a constructive and creative decision. This mindset also creates sense of purpose. Like I said, you have to know yourself and know that you are here for a purpose. You are here to do something. You are here to be yourself and be the best of yourself. You are here to solve people's to solve solve some problems. We are all problem solvers. But you have to discover what kind of problem am I to solve on this earth? Who are the people I need to help? Who are the people being assigned to me to help, to support? And also, mindset creates hope for the future. If you know that tomorrow is another day, today is another day, yesterday has passed, the same person that lived over yesterday and I can still see to today, possibility they can see tomorrow. And like they said that when there is hope, there is life. Life doesn't end with all the circumstances that we are all facing. So when there is hope, there is life. So we have to be positive. So hope for the future. And that is why we have to have a vision. And that's why we have to prepare. And that's why we have to have a goal, set a goal. And that's why we have to have our objectives. Because there is a proverb that says, I've actually said something about it recently. As you lay your bed, is how you are going to sleep on it. Sleep on it. You sleep on the bed that you laid. So if you want to sleep and relax and enjoy and be playing around, that will be the effects of the future. The mindset I had when I was probably 10 years old or 15 years old, and whatever actions I've taken, the decision I've made, was the effect of it today. And the same thing happens to everyone. So whatever we do, and we normally say that that time is too short. Yes, but at the same time, it's not too late to pick up yourself and start laying down your bed. If the same way that you've laid your bed is not satisfactory and you know that this one is not going to take you anywhere, then you can relay your bed. You can plan for your life. You can restart all over again because it's not too late. And that's where hope for the future. So you hope for your future, you plan yourself ahead of the future. And then that's why part of it is for you to have self-talk. How are you even talking to yourself? How are you confessing to yourself? How are you affirming? Do you say to yourself, I can't do it? Or do you say to yourself, I will do it? Or I can do it? If you see the mountain so high in front of you, do you say it's too high to climb? Or do you encourage yourself to say, though it's high, I can still climb it. I just need to know the way to do it. And change your language from negative to positive. It's the word is so funny. We all easily embrace negativity because we are all surrounded with negativity. You switch on your TV, negative story. You are with people, negative. If it's not negative, they're either gossiping or they are doing other things and pulling other people down. But then how can you reposition yourself in that situation? So you need to affirm. When they said to you, you can't do it, are you going to believe them? Or are you going to believe in yourself now that you know who you are? So when they say they can't do it, are they the manufacturer of your life? Are they the creator of you? Were they there when you were created? Did they know who you are? So it's an assumption from others to say you can't do it. And you have a choice to determine, to listen to them. And even if they criticize you, use it as a platform of learning for you. Maybe instead of you embracing it when they say you can't do it, maybe you can just say something. Yes, they say I can't do it. Right. Let me look at myself. Let me assess myself. Maybe because of the present situation, or maybe because of the circumstance I am in, or maybe because of the opportunity that has not come to me. But then they start thinking, I can do this thing. I just have to figure it out, how to do it. That you overcome that situation of somebody or many people telling you you can do it. If you can read my book on Yes, You Can, it's on Amazon. And if you want the copy, you can, grab it or order for it everywhere, even through YYCI.academy. You can request for it. Yes, you can. And that Yes, You Can book was my own startup of my journey. After reflecting on what I have heard all my years, and then I decided what way to go. Do I need to just die like that? Or do I need to change the scenario? And then I figured it out. And then I started developing myself because I know who I am. And from then I started tapping the table, tapping the button, doing whatever I need to do to develop who I am. So that's everything I did initially for almost 35 years was in that book. And I know if I want to do the second part of that book, there will still be more to write on that. Yes, you can. So you have to do it yourself. You are the responsible for yourself, of your life, of your future, of your journey, of your success. You have to take that responsibility. You cannot change people. You cannot change their language. You cannot change their opinion. You cannot change their idea, but you can change what you want to believe. You can change what you want to do. You can change who you want to become and develop. So you have the ability to change the language. When they said it, what are you saying to yourself? And then this mindset will also help you to learn new and apply new ideas. You can be an innovator, a creator. You can lead the people. You can be the president that brings idea for the people or for the nation. Even while you are doing that, you also can consistently invent into your life by attending both paid and unpaid courses that can aid your development. Nobody will do this for you. If you really want to develop yourself, that's why we call it personal development. It's up to you. And when you develop yourself, you distinguish yourself. You separate yourself. You know, there's difference between crowd and singleness. There's difference between chicken and eagle. But you have to decide, do you want to be in the crowd, walking on the background, moving around like chicken? Or do you want to rise up above that and keep looking up? Keep developing yourself. Remember, I always said this, which I learned from some of my mentors. If you can't fly, that's okay at the moment, but you'll be able to fly in future. So if you cannot fly, then you can run. There's an opportunity. If you cannot run, then you can walk. And if you can't walk, you can crawl. And I think if you all observe the development of a child, when they came to this world, they first of all discovered they can crawl, and they crawled. And then later on they realized, okay, I'm crawling, but it looks like I can move, I can walk. And then once they discovered that they can run, I'm sure the parents will be running after them. Because they are so excited that these two legs can make me to run and people can run after me. The same things will happen in our personal development. So if you can't fly now, it's okay. If all what you can do is to crawl, it's okay. We all started from the ground, from the beginning. There's a steps to climb. You can only do it step by step. That's why we always say that dream big, but start small. And while you started small, then you are growing, you are learning, you are growing, you are learning, you are growing, you are learning, you are growing, you are learning. So you can't envy the one that is on the top already. You can't. But guess what? Yes, they're on the top, they are still learning to go further. So you need to have your race. You have to know your path. That's where the development, personal development is so important. Know your race, know your path, and focus on that. And then networking. You network, You come across so many people, you connect with them, you build relationship with them, you learn from one another. Iron sharpened iron. Surround yourself with people, like-minded, positive people, not the people that will still trash you down and say, no, that thing cannot be possible. Remember when I came to this country in UK from Nigeria? I mean, the mindset of others are different. So you can't blame them. It's you that you have to decide yourself. When they say, you don't even have a qualification, you don't even have a single certificate, just go and look for a cleaning job and survive. That's the mindset. Well, I did, because that time I don't know better. So I did follow that advice and started the cleaning. Until one day I said, no, this is not where we end my life. I can do better. Because I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I'm a child of the Most High God. Greater is He that is in me than it in the world. I don't need to settle for less. I don't need to settle for average. And I don't need to settle for second best. Why? Because I am original. Then I started going for short courses. Start developing myself. Start enrolling myself in colleges. Start going for trainings. Both listening and watching videos, listening to tapes, reading books, go for workshops, seminars. Then I started. And the more you can build yourself, we attract the kind of people that will come closer to you. You can't be negative and be expecting the positive person to stay longer with you. That's what I said. So if you really want to lift yourself up and go higher, then you have to look for your kind. And that's why we say surround yourself with people with like-minded and positive. Those people that believe that yes, we can do it. Those people that believe that yes, that we can make a change. Those people that believe that yes, we can transform. Those people that believe that yes, we can be different. Those people that have ideas, the innovators, the investors, the shareholders, the creators, the critical thinkers. And then create one support your mindset. So this mindset will help you to create one support your mindset. Those who will support you. And one of them could be your mentor. If you don't have a mentor, this is the time for you to look for a mentor. And before you look for a mentor, don't accept them as your mentor because of what they've achieved alone. Don't accept mentor because you want to gain money from them. No. Get closer to them to learn. Be attracted with their wisdom, their knowledge, and their experiences more than what they have. Because what they have is temporal. But who they are and their wisdom and knowledge will make you also to learn from them so that you don't make the same mistake they have made. Yes, you will make a new mistake, but you don't have to repeat the mistake that somebody else have made. And that is why you need to learn from them. Let me shock you. If they ask you, if your mentor asks you, which one will you prefer? You want money or you want knowledge? I want you to just think about that. You want money or you want knowledge? If you are looking for a job or you need a mentor or you are joining some other group, what are you expecting from that organization? Money or knowledge? If you haven't read a book on Rich Daddy, Poor Daddy, go and Google it. It's everywhere and read through it. Which one will sustain you? The money or the knowledge? Carol Dweck says these two mindsets, fixed and growth mindset, can significantly affect your life and career satisfaction. And that's why it's so important that we know about this mindset. We will be doing some practicals about this mindset as time goes on, that I would like you to write some other things. While you are writing, I'm talking. So I would like you to do something about that. So that will go on. So let's also appreciate those that have joined us this morning. We really appreciate you. I believe others will join us later. Engineer Adeshina Aderemi, thank you. Dr. Lonson, thank you. Mr. Abasi, thank you so much. Dr. Samina, thank you for joining us. Ambassador Lukman, thank you. Princess Victoria, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we also want to thank Ambassador Rachel. Thank you so much for joining us. So let's look at this quote. The mind is the limit. And as long as the mind can envision the fact that you can do something, if your mind says it, that you can do something, then you need to believe it and do something about it. And believe that you can. As long as you really believe 100%, says by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Mindset is everything. The mind is used for acquiring knowledge. We can conceive and achieve with our mind, because the state of your mind will empower you or demote you or discourage you. Our mindset can be a doorway or can be a barrier to your destiny. It depends on what kind of mindset do you have. Our mindset can either limit us or push us to do something. For you become what you think about. It is your thoughts that helps shape your boundaries. There was a story I heard long time ago. A traveler noticed a donkey standing right there. Oh no, an elephant standing right there, not moving. And then somebody asks, why is the elephant not going? Why is he not moving? And then somebody else said, it's because while the elephant was little, it was being tied down. And then when it was growing, he did not discover that he can do better than that. So he stood there, hoping that it's being tied, even though it's not being tied down. So he was there. He was growing, but standing still. He was growing, but standing still and not moving. Is that the state of your mind? Are you afraid to take a risk? Are you afraid to move forward? Are you afraid to make some decision that can turn your story around? Are you afraid to meet other people? Are you afraid of criticism? Because if you are not doing something, nobody will criticize you. If you are not doing something, nobody will copy you. So are you afraid? Are you afraid to fail? Now that we have established it on this model, our section this morning, are you still afraid to fail? Are you afraid to make decisions? So it is your thought that helps you shape your boundary. And our mind is a producer of our present circumstances. It's what is in your mind that dictates exactly what is going on in your life. It's the producer of our present circumstances. It's what you think. Our beliefs dictate How belief dictates is how we operate, become, how we perceive others and treat others. It depends on what's in your mindset. The same thing happens of how you manage resources and money, how you lead people, how you manage people. It all depends on what's in your mind. We manage the resources available, how we share it equally, the wages, the position, how you stand for people, how you advocate for people, how you stand for your right. It all depends on your mindset. It doesn't matter the degree you have. It doesn't matter how many certificates you have. It doesn't matter how many people follows you. It doesn't matter how many things you've achieved in life. It doesn't matter. Even if you are educated up to professional level, it doesn't matter. What matter is your mindset. Also, state of our mind will determine how we behave, our character, and our attitude, not your certificate. The certificate is just your diploma, your certificate, your degree is just an evidence that you went through some classes. How you now apply it is what is important. How you apply your knowledge. So it is very important to get the right information. And that means to also tell you that is why it is so important to watch watch the gathering you find yourself, the association. What are they discussing? What are they talking about? Are they just there talking about or complaining, pulling other people down, saying something like it cannot be possible? Are you surrounded with those kind of people? Because your network will determine your net worth. Who you hang around with, who you work with, who you associate yourself with will determine your own net worth. So it is very important to get the right information about yourself. And store it in your mind for better and satisfied and contented life. So let us remember these 4 strategies, which we're going to talk about it in our latter program and section. 4 strategies of life. Discover. You can write it down. Discover, recognize, develop, celebrate, and engage. So these are in fact, there are 5, I guess, 5 strategies which have discover, recognize, develop, celebrate, and engage. Strategies of life. So that's 5. So remember those. Because you need to discover yourself. You need to recognize yourself. Who you are. Who are you becoming? The gift in you. Somebody said it once there. He said, the richest place in this world is not what you think. The richest place in this world is not what you think. It's not the house. It's not about houses and cars and everything. No. Unfortunately, the richest place on earth is the cemetery, where people that didn't discover themselves, discover their gifts, where they left, where they're being buried with their great ideas that can solve the problem of the nation. So, let's move on quickly. Okay, let me say this. The fixed mindset and growth mindset. The fixed mindset assumes that our system, the system they are using now, especially in the government, our behavior, the way we behave and treat others, character, intelligence, and creative ability cannot be changed. Because you want to put yourself in a situation that if you cannot change them, join them. No. You are individual and you are unique and you have greatness in you. The whole world is suffering now. But if you discover yourself, you might be part of the solution. You might be part of the you might be part of the problem solution. If you discover yourself. So why will you say a statement like, if I can't beat them, join them? That means you've lost yourself. That means you don't know yourself. That means you don't know what you are carrying. That means you don't know why you are here on earth. You don't know your purpose. You don't know where you are going. You've given up upon yourself. So they following the fixed standard and policy. But however, as somebody that's growing their mindset every day, you will believe that all these things, the character, the intelligence, the ability, the system, the policy, the law, can be changed. The curriculums can be changed. My lifestyle can be changed. My habits can be changed. My beliefs can be changed. What's that's coming into my mind can be changed. My mindset can be shifted from fixed mindset to growth mindset. I can do it. I can become it. I can achieve it. My relationship can be best, can be better. I don't have to look up to others. I can do more. I can improve myself, improve my leadership, improve my relationship. I can. And I can help others by influencing them with my own attitude, with my own behavior, my character. Not only by what you say, but what you are doing. How you are demonstrating yourself, the gift in you, your uniqueness, your originality. That is what the growth mindsets will do. So growth mindset can be derived from your strength. Again, you can't shy away from your uniqueness. We all have strength. We are strong. And still, yes, we have weakness. Growth mindset analyze the situation and find the real problem and find the solution. That's just it. We are here on earth to solve a problem. Every one of us. It depends on what problem are you called to solve. The person that did the houses gave us, solved the problem of shelter. So we can hide ourselves somewhere when it was raining, when it is raining, when it is storming and other things. We can still come home and be protected. Somebody solved that problem. How far can you walk? But because you can't go far, and that is why the car is there, that somebody solved that problem. We can't even drive from here to Africa or from here to Europe or other Europe or somewhere or to Asia. That's what somebody solved that problem of the airplane. Have you solved the problem you've come here to do, to solve? Have you figured out the problem that you are created to solve? Growth mindset will get you to be committed to learning and improving. We also make them to know life, and learning is a process. You learn everything every day. 10 years ago, there's nothing like AI, or maybe about 30 or 50 years ago. There's nothing like computer. I remember I started learning as a typist. There was no electronic typewriter. It was manual that we started with then. But now everybody, either you are typist or secretary or admin, everybody can type now. Even some of the doctors, medical doctors, lawyers, they are also typing their own paper documents now. So you can see things change, and we have to adapt to that change. Zimama Angie said, and I quote, "The most important thing you can do is to embrace a growth mindset. And this is the mindset that will allow you to dream big and push the boundaries of your ideas to the new level. And I know you can do it. You don't have to do it the way others are doing it, because you are unique, because you are special, because you are individual, because you are the original. So your work should speak out. Your performance should challenge others. Negative mindset will make decision to stay still instead of advancing your skills. There are a lot of opportunities of many people to come and join us on this online masterclass. Some of them, yes, they are very busy. We totally understand. Some of them are going through a serious situation. We totally understand. Some of them don't have the opportunity to have all these facilities. We totally understand. Some of them, even if they join the online, this environment they are in could not let them stay or join. I totally understand. But there are millions of people having all these facilities and using it to destroy lives, using it to make other people cry, using it to gossip, to tear people down, using the same devices that you are using to upgrade yourself. They are using it to do all kinds of evil things out there. But here you are, learning, using your little services. I remember one of my director, the only thing he has is a phone. But even with the phone he has, he's doing so many things with that phone. You cannot go to his Facebook platform and not learn. You cannot go to his Facebook platform and not be a reader. That's all what he's got. But he's using it. So it depends on the mindset. So negative mindset will make you decide to stay still, to give excuses, to complain and lament, instead of advancing their skills, instead of them open their eyes to see opportunities, instead of them gaining knowledge, instead of them going far, instead of them contributing to the welfare of people in their society, in their community. They're busy complaining what the government cannot do. What about what you can do? And when we're talking about government are the people of the people for the people. So you are part of the government because you are people. Everybody is head of state. If you are not head of state of your country, you are head of state of your community. If you are not the president of your country, you are the president of your own household. Do something. Positive mindset sees failures as an opportunity to learn and advance rather than evidence of failures. Gathering evidence. The reason why I can't do this is because I failed. The only reason why I can't do this is because I have failed. The reason I can't do this is because I have failed several times. Who cares? You need to grow above that and embrace it to say there's an opportunity, because many people do not make that attempt you made. That's a praise. Clap for yourself. You made an attempt. Yes, you failed, of course, but you made an attempt. And that failure is a sign, is a symbol, is a shout out for you to improve. And I'm sure if you do it again and again, you will be successful. But guess what? You have the ability to unshackle yourself from negativity and make more positive choices. Because if you come out of this masterclass with your golden diploma certificate, you should go out there and say to yourself, I will make it right. I will change myself. I will renew my mind. I will do things differently for people to learn from me. I will impact lives. I will contribute positively to the society, to my community. I will make an example. I will be different. I will distinguish myself. I will demonstrate the greatness that is in me. I will demonstrate the finished work that God has done in my life or in me. Okay, now we can do some work now. Let me put this down quickly. To all my friends on this chapter, let me see what we can do. I hope you have a note. You can write this because it's very important we do this exercise together. Okay, so I would like you to take a note and divide the notes into two. Divide the page into two. On top of one, say negative mindset. The other side, positive mindset. I hope we are doing that exercise. Very, very important. Because this can be part of your assignment for today. So you need to write negative stroke positive. Let's start with that one. As you are sitting down in front of me now, start thinking of any negative that you have learned, read, observed, watched from the video, anything that is negative that you've heard somebody say, or you've said it to somebody, or you've heard it, or you've observed it, write it under negative mindset. I hope we are doing that. You can't write all of it, but at least make an attempt. So if you are doing that, please type on the chat box, yes, I am doing it. Type on the chat box and say, yes, I am writing, I am doing the assignment now. We are doing it together, the activities. So please type on the chat box. Thank you so much. So you are writing it. Good. The negative one side and the positive one side. If you are doing this right now, we are all doing it together, please type that you are doing it, please. I want to hear from everyone that is doing this exercise together with me. Negative on one side, positive on one side. Your thoughts, your thinking, and every word that you have received And everything that you have believed, write it the negative side. I have my own, I've done my own, so that's why I want you to do yours. It could be what people might have said to you. It could be what you've believed on. It could be your I can't series. Or it could be it is not possible. Maybe something you think it is not possible. You can't just say on the list it is not possible. Just say, for example, like I cannot achieve that because they've said it to me. So I cannot achieve that. Or I can't do it because of so and so. If possible, write your reasons as well. Or what other people said it. Why did they say that statement to you? Why do you believe it? I cannot do this. I cannot do that. So the mindset, positive and negative. And in your negative, maybe somebody has said to you, you are so special. You can do it. You are the only one that can solve that problem. But you have to say it in your own words. I am the only one that can solve that particular problem. I am unstoppable. I am growing every day and learning good new things. I am adapting to change. And then the other one, I'm too old to learn. It's not going to be possible for me. It's too hard to believe. Money is evil. So many negative. You just remember them. I cannot love again. Marriage is just a piece of paper. Write it down because these are the things. Anything you believe that's in your thought, in your mind right now, write it down. The negative and the positive. If you have written up to 10, let me see. Please just let me know. Say, yes, I've written up to 10. If you are written up to 10, because we can't stay too long on this. You can continue doing that. If you have written up to 10, let me know, please. Your negative, 10 under negative, 10 under positive. So if you have written up to 10, let me know, please. Very, very important. There's so many negativity. You are not intelligent enough. You are not, so many things people can say to us. You don't know English. You are ugly. Not me saying it, but this is what people do say to us. You cannot achieve that thing. That is too big. The dream cannot be achievable. So I think I'm still waiting because I've not seen anybody written. I have written my 10 down. I want people to respond to me. Have you written your 10s down? So that will be your assignment, and for any other person, that will be the number one assignment of dividing your page into two. One is negative and one is positive. So everything that you have believed, everything that you have thought of, everything that is in your mind, you need to write it down. Possibly, how did you get to that level? Who spoke to your life on that particular thing? How did you just believe on that thing? Write them down. Because we are going to help ourselves. But the one you've already know or thought about that is positive, write them down. Okay. I believe we are doing so good. Right. Let us now see few things we can do. That is, if you want to really change it. Let's see ways we can shift those negative to positive. Let's see. So I'm just going to read something for you. Okay. So the first thing first, when bad, evil, negative, and wrong thoughts comes to you, or wrong words you've read, you've listened to, you've watched, you've observed, they've said it to you, and all other things. The first thing first is to be ready to change or shift that negative to positive. You need to be willing to do that. So one of them is casting down imagination. You need to cast down every imagination that is not of God, that doesn't even edify you. Every negative thought, every negative mindset that doesn't take you to the next level, that holds you back, that creates fears in you. What will you do? Cast them down. They will come to you, but you have to find a way to say, no, I don't believe in that. This is what I believe. You have to stop fortune telling, because not all these fortune tellings are real. Comparing, you've got to be very careful not to compare yourself with others. Compare yourself with yourself. So if you see other people achieving and the thought came to you and said, oh, that one is so lucky. Oh, look at this, she's doing very well. I'm not doing very well. Stop it. So don't compare yourself. Another one is blaming. Oh, yes. Instead of us to shift and see way of doing things, we start blaming ourselves, blaming the government, blaming our parents, blaming the system, blaming the society, blame the youth, blame the children, blame our husband, blame our wives, blame our friends, blame with situation, blame every, it's a playing game. Instead of us to see ways of changing it, instead of us to take responsibility as human being and as a leader, as a senior citizen, as a good citizen of the land, as a scholar, as someone that is learning every day, someone that is developing themselves every day. Then complaining. Oh, yes. Don't get me wrong. There's ability to complain, but you have to be constructive. It has to be constructive, not just blaming. Not just complaining. Some people, they are first degree in complaining. They never think. They just want to complain. Their system is full of complaint. But then, what is the purpose of you complaining when there is no solution? So you have to think constructively and complain to receive answers. You complain to change things, not just sitting back and complaining. Then gossiping. Gossiping is also another negativity. Because what we do, we gossip and talk down others. We talk about others. We are talking about their weaknesses. We are talking about their downfall. We are talking about their loophole. We are talking about their weakness, their mistakes. Why? So if you want to really, really shift your mindset, you need to move yourself from that level. Then guilty thinking, always blaming yourself, feeling guilty of everything. You've forgotten that we all make mistakes. You've forgotten that we can fall apart and still rise up. You've forgotten that you can fail. You've forgotten that you are not perfect. You've forgotten that you are a human being and you can get better. So you are guilty of yourself. Even if you are going to admit that you are wrong, then find way you can improve. Don't sit down and live all your years feeling guilty, thinking guilty. That also can make you to be lazy and give excuses. Minding reading. Some people are experts in that. They want to know what you are thinking about. Why can't they mind their own business? So let's see the positive side of what we've mentioned. We are talking about casting down imagination. How will you overcome it? Thinking deeply by meditating. And when you are meditating, you have to decide, is this going to help me? Is it going to inspire me? Is it going to add value to me? So that's why you have to cast it down, because it's of no use holding on to what is going to help that is not going to help you grow, develop, and be somebody special. Then instead of fortune telling, don't you go for proactive awareness. Make yourself a student, a scholar, a learner that's ready to learn. Turn on your curiosity to be able to learn. Be able to know why that thing, why is that one happened? That is why you learn. So turn your curiosity mode, turn it on always. And be aware of everything that surrounds you. Everything that you face. Everything that you need to know. Your health, you need to know. You need to know what is suitable for your body. Your physical, yes, you need to know. What kind of exercise do you need to do? Your mental, yes, you need to know. So what kind of books and resources that will help me, help my mental, emotional, you need to know. How can I overcome? Spiritually, you need to know. Who am I really worshiping? Who am I worshiping? Who am I praising? Who am I building deep relationship with? You need to know. Who is going to be my fortress? Who is going to be my savior? And when you call somebody your your savior, how well do you understand that your savior? Do you know how to relate with that person? So like I said, comparison. Avoiding labeling your thoughts. Comparing yourself with others. A Rome is not built in a day. Fingers are not equal. And every part of these fingers, they have their own role to play. It's just like our body. We have head, we have nose, we have neck, we have the part of the body. But they have their parts to play. So instead of comparing, look deep inside of you, your ability, your skills, your talent, your gift. So instead of you blaming others, blaming yourself, see positivity in it. See what you can do different. than complaining. Surround yourself with positive thinking, because sometimes you gather yourself together and the only thing you want to do is just to complain. And if you are complaining and your voice is not heard, what's the point? Wasting of time. If you have a constructive complaint and you place it where it's supposed to go, the right source, the right place, and they take it upon themselves and they take action, they responded, then you are doing the right complaining. Not the one that you sit at the edge of the fence and be complaining day and night, doing nothing about it. It's a voice, it's a noise, not a voice. And there's difference between voice and noise. There's difference between a piece of paper dropped on the floor. You might not even hear any sound. And a volume like our recent book, 5 C's of transforming any relationship. Imagine you drop that one, that massive book of 700 and something, 700 plus pages that includes almost 108 co-authors. So you drop it on the floor, you can hear the sound. You will know the volume between dropping that one on the floor and dropping the piece of paper. So how do you want your voice to be? How do you want your complaint to be? How do you want to express yourself? You want to express yourself that people cannot even hear the sound? Or you want to express yourself that many people can hear you when you drop your words, your complaints? Then, and then while you are playing guilty thinking, guilty, making yourself guilty, blaming yourself, why don't you learn from your mistakes and failures and move on? Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody on earth. And then instead of you assuming what other people are saying, why don't you learn, listen, and learn? And embrace your imperfect life and know that no one is perfect. So these are just another thing. You know, the first one I said, write down your mindset, your negativity, and then write down your positivity. Then the next level now is, how do we shift from negative to positive? That's the second question. I want somebody to be writing all these assignments down for me. The first one is, write your own thoughts negatively. All the thoughts, all the bad thoughts, the negative thoughts, the impossibility thoughts, write it down. And then the second one, write down the negative and the positive of whatever you've written. No, the first one, don't let me confuse you. The first one, write your negative thought and your positive thought. Then the second assignment, how do you shift from negative to positive? These are the ones I'm showing you now. These are the ones that I explained to you. How will you shift from negative to positive? And some of the mindset as well that you need to look into. So that will be the third assignment. The mindset that will improve your life are, and you need to explain, not just list it like I've listed it. Some of them you know, some of them you don't know. So that's where your research needs to come in and study very well. So the third question will be, how do mindset improve your life? What kind of mindset did you know that is improving your own life? It could be self-mindset. It could be social mindset. And you have to explain it. It could be mental mindset. It could be financial mindset. It could be goal-setting mindset. It could be patient mindset. It could be tolerant mindset. It could be persistent mindset. It could be faith mindset. It could be inspiration mindset. It could be motivation mindset. It could be focused mindset. It could be relationship mindset. It could be family mindset. It could be critical mindset. It could be creative mindset. It could be innovative mindset. It could be anything mindset, but you need to research and then you need to explain, how does this improve your life? The one that you have known, and how does it improve your life? So, I think I've done justice to my own lecture this morning. Any question, please? Any question? Any question? So you can see that today again we focus on mindset. So any question, please? On Wednesday, we focus on personal development. And because that is my model, I combine both mindset and personal development together. So today is about mindset. And I want my able leaders that capture the 3 assignment, number 1, 2, 3, to help me type it on the chat box. Very, very important. So that for us and for others, be able to do the assignment on this mindset. Any question, please? Firstly, I'd like to respond to the questions of Princess Victoria. He's asking me the 4. I've corrected it. It's now 5. So 5 strategies of life. Let me get to it. I think if I can remember, the 5 strategies of life are discovery. Let me see where, so that I can give you the right information. Let me see. The 5 strategies. I think before I started my mindset is when I mentioned it. So let's see. 5 strategies of life.
Is this assignment 5 strategies of life?
No, it's not assignment, but somebody, actually, that will be number 1 assignment. Yes, is one of the assignment. Please write it down, but let me remark, and then people should explain it.
Strategies of life.
Yeah, 5 strategies of life. So let me see where I've written that, and I can remind you, and then you can write on that. I don't want you, the reason why I'm giving it to you is because I want you to know, but I want you to now come up with it by mentioning it and explaining it. Okay?
5
So that
strategies of life.
yes.
Only this?
No, not only this, ma'am. I'm going to remind you. I want Mr. Bassi, if you can write my questions, my assignment questions down. Yeah, 5 strategies of life. Number 1, discover. Number 2, recognize. Number 3, develop. Number 5, no, what am I saying? Number 1, discover. Number 2, recognize. Number 3, develop. Number 4, celebrate. Number 5, engage. So you need to use examples when you list it, the 5 strategies of life. When you write it for your assignment, you need to explain it and you have to give examples. That's the first question. Let me write it here. 5 strategies of life. Okay? 5,
Okay.
not 4. So you need to, in your assignment, you need to have that. 5 strategies of life are discover, recognize, develop, celebrate, and engage. So you need to now, that the first assignment is list these 5 and explain them and give example. So that is the first question of our assignment. So the second question, who is going to remind me? The second question of our assignment, who is going to remind me?
Second assignment.
You said we should write out our negative and positive thoughts down.
Yes. Negative. List all
Write
your
negative thinking,
negative
what people have said
and
to.
exactly what you believe, what you have said, heard, what people say to you, or what you said to yourself, what you believe on, what you are thinking. All these ones should come under the list of your negative and positive.
Yeah.
Okay? And you have to give us the source. That means, why do you think on this? Did they say it to you? Did you read it yourself? Did you observe it somewhere? Did you believe it? And all that kind of thing. So it's not going to be straight away your answer. So, okay, so that is the second one. So who can remind me of the third one?
Second one, what you believe, what you think, negative or positive.
Yes.
This is the second
Yeah, that's it. What
assignment.
is in your mind? So if you can just list what is in your mind, negative and positive, and then explain it better. So you write under negative everything you believe, everything you are thinking. What is in
What
your
is
mind?
in your mind? What is
Yes.
in your mind?
Yeah. Okay, let me write it down.
Okay.
Okay. So list all your negative and positive thoughts. Thoughts. Mindset and beliefs. Okay, so that is the second. Now, the third, who is going to remind me of the thought? No one?
Heard a day before yesterday, which was I sent you that one.
Okay, so the third one is, how can you shift? List how you can shift. Sorry.
How
List
you can shift.
how you can shift your
How you
mindset,
can
your negative mindset to positive. Positive your second second from your second answer.
list how you can shift your negative mindset to positive mindset.
Yes.
This is a type of note, means in one page or like this. Uh, how
Okay.
much
So
will
so
be
the
its length?
so the third one, Dr. Samina, the third one is, list how you can shift your negative to positive mindset from your answers given on question 1, question 2.
Answer give.
Okay, don't worry, I will write it down. From your answers given from question 2. Okay. Okay, so that's clearer. I'm coming, ma'am. I'm coming, Dr. Samina. So I will write it down and then you can see. Now the fourth one, who can remind me of the fourth one? Anybody can tell me the fourth one? Let me see from my slides what I've said about the fourth one. Okay, the fourth one is, what are the mindsets that you know that will improve your life? What are the mindsets? Okay.
What are the mindset?
Yes, let me write it down. Let me write everything down and then I'll post it on the chat box and you can see it.
Chat box on YYCI TV.
Improve your life. I will write it down. I'll write it down. Then you can write it. I can write the questions down. Okay. So for this assignment from mindsets and personal development by Dr. Elizabeth Lucas. Okay. Right. I'm trying to, let me see if I can edit it. Yeah, I can edit it. Okay. So I'm going to write it down, Dr. Samina, and you can see the 5. Okay. List the 5 strategies of life, which are this: engage and explain with examples, with personal example, with your own personal examples. Okay, so that is number 1. Number 2 is, okay, that one. And then number 3, what is number 3? This is number 3. I'm coming, ma. I'm just writing it so that you can understand what has been said. Okay, and if you don't understand the question, we can explain it better. So I'm posting it now.
Yeah.
Okay, don't allow me to do that. Okay. Yes, so this is the assignment for this particular section because I need to move on to another section and our last speaker will be coming in at 1 o'clock. So this is the assignment. So do you understand the assignment? If you want me to explain it better, please ask question. So I'm just going to put it here. So this is my own assignment. Okay. So let me show you the first assignment and then you can elaborate it more because I've found it. Okay, this is the first assignment. 5 strategies of life in personal development. Discover, recognize, develop, celebrate, and engage with others. So that is clearer. So you now need to list all this in your assignment, the first one, and then you need to explain and also give an example. So that's that one. So we're now going to any question? Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Princess Victoria. I believe all is well with you. Take care of my son, okay? And see you soon. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much and wonderful weekend. I will chat with you later. Okay. So this, I know the connection has really really disturb so many people today, but we will put the message across them. So that's the assignment for today, the assignment of today. So please take notes. So let me just, yeah. So assignment of today will be this. Please take notes, and you can also let others know. Okay, any questions? I guess this is clearer now because I can't see anybody asking me a question. So let's us end my own for today, and then we can start the next section briefly. Okay, so how many of us are here? So because I can see that a lot of people have really been struggling, probably they will join later, but we still have 2 lecturers